If you had an information product that you wanted to sell online, how would you do that? In the previous video, I shared the 2 essentials for the ultimate product sales video. This presumes 2 things. First, with more people watching more video, your sales process needs to include a video. Second, you need to include those 2 essentials in your video. They're the key concepts and the key ingredients that will drive your sales message. Without them, you won't be able to motivate your buyers to act. And this means they won't buy from you. And this means you won't be making any money from your content. But randomly sharing this is not a good sales process. That will just come across as noise. Blah, 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 blah. That's like a chef closing his eyes and throwing all the ingredients into the mixing bowl at once. That's not going to work. If you don't put all the ingredients in the mixing bowl in the right order, you won't finish up with the result you want. To sell your products, you need to arrange the elements of your sales message in a coherent way so your buyers are led naturally to their buying decision. The previous video gave you the key ingredients, and this video gives you the structure or the process or the steps for putting it all together. And if you haven't already, you might want to go back to that previous video to get all your key sales message ingredients down before you take this next step. Imagine if you had to stand up in front of a group of people and teach them something. You might already do this as a teacher, a keynote speaker, a trainer, or maybe even someone who does YouTube videos like I'm doing right now. The biggest mistake you can make in teaching other people is to presume that they learn in the same way that you do. They might, but they also might not. If you don't share your ideas in ways that appeal to other people's learning styles, then they're not going to pay attention to your message. This means they're not going to learn very much. And when it comes to your sales message, they're probably not going to buy. And if you're not selling as many products or services as you would like, you might want to check to see whether your presentation style is tapping into the learning styles of your potential buyers. The framework I used for my sales process was originally developed for school teachers. The format model by Bernice McCarthy is a great sales tool because it taps into the 4 different styles of motivation. In your sales process, the goal is to motivate your buyer to a buying decision. You want your buyers to take action, and ideally you want that action to be to buy your product. To do this, you need to motivate them to act. And the key to a good sales process is to take them through the 4 different styles of motivation so that you can reach more people in your buying process. Here's how I use the format model as the framework for my sales process. To be able to sell anything to anybody, you first of all need to attract their attention. And this means answering the question, why? Why should your audience care? In the why quadrant, you want to talk about this at the global or big picture level, not at the product level. And you want to address both sides of the problem and the solution. This is the gap we talked about in the previous video. You are here and dealing with this problem, and you want to be over here with the problem resolved. For example, with my book wrapper book summaries, I could ask the question, are you falling behind? Are you making bad decisions? Oh my God, I don't want that to happen. Instead of being uninformed and making poor decisions, you want to be informed and making smart decisions. And to be informed, you need to learn what is going on in the world. But who has time for that when most of us are so busy just trying to get our daily work done? That's a good general solution, but how do you do that specifically? How would you take action on that today? That's what you want to answer in the what quadrant. You want to outline specific concepts that make it clear that buying your product is a great choice. Again, we're using the gap like we did in the previous example, but this time at a product level. And this includes adding the results of doing nothing, the situation getting potentially worse, some of the other alternatives out in the market, and then your choice as the best option that's available. Here's the book wrapper example. To be informed about what's going on in the world, you want to tap into the best business brains on the planet. You could buy their books and learn from them that way, but that would cost you a lot of money to buy all of those books and take a lot of time to read them all. Plus, you have the problem of working out which books to read. Instead, at Book Wrapper, we've done the reading for you. I've personally read over 500 books in the past 10 years. And from this, I've selected the top 60 books you need to know about. And to save you time and money, I've summarized these so that you can read them in about 30 minutes each. It's a fast, easy, self-paced way to keep up with what's going on in the world and explore the opportunities that are showing up around you. It's innovation fuel for your business and career. And when you're creating your example, make sure to include the 3 levels at which people buy: the functional, the emotional, and the social. Hopefully at this point, your potential buyer is interested in what you have to offer. And if they are interested, they'll then want to know, how does this work? And this is what the how quadrant is all about. It's where you go into more details about what your product is and how it works. This includes the specific features and benefits of your products. For instance, the Book Wrapper library is based on summaries of 65 books. They cover big ideas in the areas of leadership, strategy, self-leadership, productivity, marketing, innovation, and big ideas. Each one is visually laid out. You can grab the big ideas by scanning each page in seconds or read the entire summary in about 30 minutes. Plus, they have action plans for you to implement. In only 30 minutes a week for a year, you have everything you need to grow your business and your career. In the final quadrant, the what else quadrant, you provide a call to action to give your buyer the opportunity to purchase your product. This includes the price, any terms and conditions they need to be aware of, and how to buy it. And given this is a sales video, it's likely they're already watching this on your sales page. So your instructions for buying might be as simple as click on that button. If you ask any top chef, they'll tell you you need 2 things to be successful. You need good ingredients and you need a good step-by-step process for making it happen. You can't bake a great anything if you don't have both of these things. And to create your ultimate product sales video, you need both the content from the previous video and the structure from this one. And then all you need to do is put them together. And that's what I'll share with you in the next video, the finished book wrapper example, so you can see how it all works. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.